Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. This is a channel update for January 2023, following my last channel update. So on the screen, you can see this is our new garden. We talked about this on the previous channel update, that we had to build a shed in the garden in order to allow us to convert our garage, which has allowed us to create the office that I'm now sat in. So this is our new garden. This is the shed that is housing the stuff out the garage. The shed is actually kind of split in half, probably along this piece of wood here. So to the left of that is the shed, and to the right of this is it's an open space when all the table and chairs are out, and on the wall in there is the TV, and there's a fridge in there as well for drinks. So yeah, just a nice area to sit now in summer. When we did the work in summer, I quite often sat out here with a beer watching, Formula One or football. It's quite a nice area. So on to the office then. So this is the old office where I used to sit before we got converted. There's just another view of it. And here's what the garage looked like before we converted it. So our garage was kind of half converted previously by the people that lived here before us. However, we found out when we come to convert the other half that this was actually never done through building regs, so then we had a whole faff around getting that sorted. So here we are. This is you can see the existing office part, and this is kind of halfway through the build. Yeah, a bit further on now, you can see there's a bit of plaster going on the walls. The first fit's done. And here is my old office, which is now a cloakroom. Um, so you can see down here we've built a rack for shoes. We've put a rail up for some coat hooks and put a shelf up here. So these we actually planned on putting the shelf and the rail up, but not with these pieces of wood. These are actually offcuts from this top here and from my desk in my office, which I'll talk about in a sec. So we kind of ripped everything out the office and started again. Um, the floors, we carried on the floors from the office into the cloakroom and also into the hall and under the stairs. Okay, so this is the new office. Yeah, and this is it from the other angle. So we have on the back wall here a row of cupboards, which we built, and then on top of that, a bookcase, which we also built. So this is kind of end to end, as much space as we could get out of it. And then, yeah, so as I think I mentioned on my last channel updates, one of the reasons we moved from that space and into the garage is that my wife wanted an office as well. She was kind of working on the dining room table, so she's set up next to me. This has changed a little bit now. The PC is actually under the desk, and I have a vertical monitor here which I'll be using for reading books because I'm about to start studying again. So the desk is a custom piece of wood. This was we designed it to fit exactly in the space there. This is from a company called Worktop Express. It's a solid oak piece of wood. They've chamfered the edges for us as well, and I'm not sure if we can see this, but on each end we basically have a little Qi charger, a wireless charger for our phones, which is quite handy. We can just sit there and pop a phone on the desk and it charges away. Yeah, so this is our hall, and as I mentioned there, we just carried on the flooring throughout the hall, cloakroom, office, and actually underneath the stairs here as well. Yeah, so this is the kind of cupboard under the stairs. We didn't do anything with this when we moved in. We just kind of put some shelves up just for some shoes. And yeah, this does wrap around under the stairs. Yeah, so we just put some boarded up, we plastered it. I plastered this is why it's such a mess, but you know, it's just a cupboard under the stairs, it's fine. Probably the most interesting bit under here is this. So I talked about this on the channel update, and I made a video about whether we were going to get a energy storage system. So for those who don't know, this is a battery which we can feed power in from the solar when we're generating too much. And then also we can pull power from the grid to charge the batteries and then discharge them. So we've moved to a tariff where the electric is cheaper overnight and more expensive through the day. So between 2 in the morning and 6 in the morning, we charge these batteries up at 10p per kilowatt, and then we discharge them throughout the day. So we don't have to pay for the 30 or 40 pence per kilowatt that it costs now. But I'll be making a separate video on this, on the way that this is wired up, the options that we had and why we chose what we did, and what we're going to do with it in the future. Okay, so if we look at the previous channel update, yeah, we talked about the garage conversion, which is now done, the garden landscaping, which is done, the loft conversion, this is booked in for February. Yeah, our current solar setup, we made a video on that, and we made a video on whether we were going to move or whether it's cost effective to move to an energy storage system, and the move to a new tariff, which we've now done. So as I just mentioned, yeah, I'll be doing a deeper dive into the energy storage system, what we got, what it costs, what we expect to save, how it works. And then on the tech side of things, move to GNS3 instead of EVE-NG. Yeah, so I have the VM installed, GNS3 is set up. I just need to start looking at how we get the devices imported to it and how we set them up and tweak them to work best in GNS3. Yeah, CCNA videos. So kind of changes now. We're going to move to the Cisco DevNet Associate. We've implemented Cisco DNA Center at work, and we're not using it to its full potential, and we'd like to. So I've kind of switched tracks here, and I'm going to be studying for the Cisco DevNet Associate exam. So I don't have time to study that and make the CCNA videos. However, once I've completed that, we will be moving on to the CCNP. My CCNP expires in August, I think it is. So once we've done DevNet, we'll move on to CCNP, probably Enterprise Core. I think just it's probably the one I'm most comfortable with and most likely to pass easily. So kind of get that done, and then I'll be doing some other CCNP track videos after that. I have some new devices that I'll be installing into my system, and I'll be making some videos on them. I've kind of taken a few hints. Some people have said that the audio on the video isn't the best because I'm just using a gaming headset. So I've actually been out and purchased a new microphone. This is a Razer Siren V2 Pro. It's nothing overly complicated. It's just a USB microphone, but it is supposed to be a good one. So hopefully that will improve the audio on the videos. I've already installed a new GPU. I've gone for a 3080 Ti. It's currently in just on its normal cooler, but I do have a water cooler to add to the system. So I'll be doing an unboxing video on this. This is an AlphaCool Ease block. Not used AlphaCool before, so quite interested to open that and see how good that is. So I'll be making an unboxing video on that, having a look at what's inside, and then probably a video on my system once that's installed. I've also ordered a new webcam. I'm going to switch to 4K to see if that improves the quality of the videos anymore. Okay, so that's just a preview of what's to come up on the channel. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please like, share, subscribe, and thank you for viewing.